Dan Dannemuller, Senior here with MossBack Fish Habitat Pro Staff.
And Will Barron with MossBack Fish Habitat.
We want to talk today a little bit for everybody out there about the bundle and about what's in the bundle and why is it so important out there for everybody to know what the bundle is. Will, what do you think the most important attributes of the bundle are?
So when I was a customer, I came and I saw all these incredible products, but I didn't know how to put them together, really sort of the science behind it. And what this does, the bundles basically help you understand how you're going to place them in your body of water and where you place them in your body of water. So we have different bundles that really help you it helped me wrap my brain around that makes sense. It covers a certain area and we go from there. So does that answer your question?
Yeah. And when we are starting to calculate, helping people to size what type of items they need for structure in their ponds or lakes, that always comes up in the conversation with me, and we have a lake the same way. And, they say, well, you can have too much and you can have too little, right? And these bundles, we had talked about doing the bundles for a couple of years, actually. And being able to help people understand what different types of items they need to have in there. And it always comes up about predator versus having sanctuaries and having places to protect the bait as well as the fish. And so having them some people say, well, you can have them too close. I mean, they're going to eat everything up. Well, yeah, but we've heard stories of fish that didn't have any structure and no sanctuary, and there was no bait, and the fish are swimming the whole pond laps
chasing
around
each
it.
other. Burning all of that beautiful energy.
Yeah, and they don't
they
need
could
to.
save to get big.
Footballs. We want them sitting there so that we can cast them, and right there they are, right?
I know, I love it.
So the bundles contain different types of mossbacks and different types of habitat that protect both of those types of species. And so we were talking about this earlier and about the square footage, of a 2-acre pond versus a 1-acre pond, and how many feet that is, and how many mossback kits and bundles that they would want. And everybody says, well, I'm just going to buy 1 or 2 and put them in there. Well, everything that swims is going to be on that 1 or 2. Right.
So what's neat is about the bundles, it helps the layman understand and say, I don't just want to put an attraction in my body of water. I actually want to have habitat that's going to improve my fishery. And what the bundles help you do is understand the science to be able to make your fishery thrive, as opposed to attracting some fish. There is a difference between fish attractors and actually habitat that will help your fishery thrive, from the young to the big predators, right? So you've got bundles for shoreline. If you don't have a lot of shoreline habitat, stumps, cattails, weeds, rocks, you need some shoreline habitat, right? This gives you, okay, we're going to do shoreline. That's a bundle. They have different levels of bundles. You've got shallow water bundles, deep water bundles, spawning bundles, and you can focus in on areas of your lake and have a recommendation from someone like you or MossBack even to say, hey, this is the kind of square footage or coverage area you want in your pond to get to that recommended 20 to 25% habitat coverage in your body of water. That's key in making your fishery sustainable, where it's sustaining itself and you don't have to add. You're always taking, right? Especially the top line predators. You've got to cull those some, but to understand you've got to bring up this forage base to support these trophies out here. Yeah,
because if they don't have any place to go to dinner, and there's no dinner there, then they're starving, and so that's not good either. And if there's too many, you can overpopulate. But these structures here actually protect all that and allow everything to survive in a shorter and a smaller confined area.
To make it to spawning age.
And then once they do spawn, then you have the right size. And in the pictures we have with this,
Yes.
you can actually see the bundle that we've put together here on the shoreline that you could put in your lake, and this could be in a deeper part of the lake. This could be in a mid-range depth of the lake.
Absolutely.
And like in our lake that we own, we put in a lot of different types and bundles in there at different varying depths.
Right.
And we can tell whether they're in the spawning mode, they're up on the shallower. And in the wintertime, they all went to the deep ones. They were all out there on that deep structure, and it gives them a lot of protection. So bundles will actually help everybody understand it. They'll know how much they need, and we can help them with actually going in and sizing how much it would be for their investment, and they can do it in stages.
That's true. They can do it in stages, so you can get a recommendation and say, you know what, I think I'm going to stretch that over 2 years or 3 years or 4 years. And that allows you to focus on saying, managing your costs, managing your fishery, saying this is what's going to be most important right now is my shoreline. Because I want to protect those young fry of the year that are just following the edge of the body of the water. And then go from there as you. So what we're looking at today is an essential shallow water bundle. We've got sanctuary type habitat. So sanctuary being good for young of the year, good for smaller fish. It's in the center. It's the refrigerator. It's the safe haven in the center. And that's what everybody's interested in, right? Because it's got all kinds of groceries in it. What also, I mean, from the perspective of the little fish, they want to reach to spawn, right? You've got predator structures on the outside, and then you've got some laydowns, which are predator structures. So you've got different types of habitat. You've got limbs that are reaching out horizontally. You've got limbs that are reaching up vertically. Depending on the weather, the fish, they like different types of habitat, so they can move in and out. The laydowns act as a great, like a tree laid down in the water. It's a highway. They love running under it, over it, hiding in it, and they can use those laydowns to get to other habitat. Whether you have a tree or a rock pile, you incorporate that bundle in. So a shallow water, all our 40-inch product, you can put that in water anywhere from 5 to 12 feet of water, and if you have deeper water, you might want to go with the deep water bundle, right?
Yeah.
But what we were looking at today was basically it's 6 pieces of habitat. Centerpiece being the safe haven, 3 trophy trees that are upright structures with the block adapters. Everything comes, so when you get it, all you need to get is some cinder blocks or something to weight it down with. And then 2 laydowns that you have. You can really manipulate them any way you want, but always in the back of your mind, the center of the center of your little, your little bundle is going to be that sanctuary, and then you work out.
It's almost like a city.
It is. It's like a small fish city.
It's a little fish city. And the other thing is, this will last forever. It'll be there long after we're gone, and it'll be there for our great-grandchildren and the whole bit. And it'll still be there, and those fish will still be reproducing and coming back in there, and we'll have different generations of fish in there too.
Well, the bundles are neat because not only did we talked about those, but we also have brush pile bundles. I know guys that love brush piles. We've got a brush pile bundle. There's 3 different levels of brush pile bundles, and you can say, that's what I'm looking for. I want a brush pile. Or, I've got a dock. Well, we've got dock bundles.
Yes.
You can hang them under your dock, and they're always there, and it's the same type science. Sanctuary in the center, predator structures on the outside, and then all of a sudden you have a sanctuary underneath your dock.
What a great way to have, great way to have structure wherever you go. And you can almost have your supper with you traveling around and go out there and jig them off the boat, the whole bit. But I think for the public out there, I think for us, that what we would like to impart upon you, the listener, is that the bundle is the way to go to help you size what you need and to cover your pond, and then to cover the kind of fish, because it'll house any kind of fish.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you have bluegill, crappie, bass, catfish, it will attract them all. Even if you have trout, it will attract trout.
Try,
So,
like we've had today.
Yeah, we're
right.
gonna try that here.
It's-
So I think, where can they go to check out the bundles?
You can go to the website. It's www.mossbackfishhabitat.com. All one word, no
So
spaces.
easy.
Yeah, easy to get to.
So then you can just call us. They can just call
Yep.
us, and they can either call me or call you guys. And
If you look under resources, there's actually a form you can fill out. Says my lake, this is my goal, and we can get back to you.
how easy is that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We've got some good resources on there, Q&As and frequently asked questions under resources on the website as well.
Well,
Yeah.
they got to go out there and get them a bundle.
Yeah,
Get started.
let's get some bundles.
Well,
That'd be
thanks
great.
a lot, Will.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it, Dan. It's always a pleasure.